You're being lied to. 150 designer fragrances that smell mid, perform weak, and get hyped by people who got them for free. Today, I'm exposing 5 of the most overrated scents on the market and showing you the clones that smell better for under $40. Let's break the hype. First, Versace Eros EDP. Why it's overhyped. Versace Eros is the fragrance equivalent of that song that gets played to death on every radio station. It bangs at first, but then you just get tired of hearing it. Now don't get me wrong, when Eros dropped, it was a game changer. Sweet mint, apple, tonka, and vanilla. For its time, it was a sexy club banger in a bottle. But in 2025, it's everywhere. The gym, the bus stop, the locker room. Even your little cousin is probably spraying Eros like it's body mist. The EDT is a synthetic screamer with insane projection, but gets sharp and plasticky if you overdo it. The EDP tried to tone things down and add a touch of maturity, but let's be honest, it didn't fix the shouted too loud in the club problem. At this point, it's dated, overly sweet, and a little too eager to impress. What it smells like: bright mint and green apple opening, transitions into sweet, loud tonka and vanilla. Screams youthful seduction but lacks depth and balance in the dry down. Better clone Afnan. 9 p.m. Why 9 p.m. wins. 9 p.m. is like Eros with a passport and some maturity. It keeps the sweetness and seduction factor but smooths out the rough edges. Where Eros comes off as synthetic and aggressive, 9 p.m. is creamy, smooth, and surprisingly well blended for a budget scent. You still get the apple and vanilla, but with more of a spiced, amber-like dry down that smells elegant, not cheap. It's mass appealing but not obnoxious, seductive but not in your face. Basically, it's what Eros wishes it had evolved into. Performance projects strong for the first 2 to 3 hours, settles into a nice warm scent bubble, and easily gives you 6 to 8 hours of wear with 4 to 6 sprays. Overspray this and people will smell you from the next block. When to wear. Perfect for date night, clubbing, or even cooler weather daytime. Not ideal for blazing hot sun. It can get cloying if you go heavy. Pro tip: spray it on the chest and behind your knees. Heat rises so you'll get scent trails all day without choking people out at nose level. Second, Acqua di Gio Profumo. Why it's overhyped. Ah yes, the grown man's freshie. Profumo was Giorgio Armani's answer to making Acqua di Gio more mature, taking the aquatic DNA everyone loved and adding incense and patchouli to give it weight and darkness. For a while it absolutely delivered. But here's the thing, performance has taken a nosedive and the price keeps going up. You're looking at $120+ for a bottle that used to last all day but now taps out in 4 to 5 hours for a lot of people. And at this point, the market is flooded with clones that do it just as well, some even better. What it smells like. That signature Acqua di Gio. Brightness up top, bergamot, sea notes, but layered with incense, patchouli, and a touch of spice in the base. It smells clean, elegant, slightly mysterious, but that edge gets lost fast with the reformulations. Better clone, Armaf Legacy. Why Legacy is a sleeper hit? Legacy doesn't get hyped like Club de Nuit Intense or Milestone, but it should. It nails the same fresh, dark contrast that Profumo tried to perfect. The opening is sharp and fresh, bergamot, watery citrus, but then it dries down into a smooth incense and musky base that feels way more expensive than its price tag. It doesn't try too hard, it just works. This is Aqua for grown-ups on a budget. Clean enough for the office, dark enough for a late dinner. Performance 5 to 7 hours depending on skin chemistry. Not a beast mode scent, but enough to last you through your workday with a little residual trail into the evening. When to wear? Versatile. Day or night, summer or spring. I even wear it in mild winter with a hoodie and scarf. It adapts to the moment. Pro tip: this is one of those scents that smells better on clothing. 2 sprays on your collar or inner jacket, and it lingers like a signature. Store it in a cool, dark space to prevent citrus top notes from degrading. 3. Valentino Uomo Born in Roma. Why it's overhyped. Let's talk Born in Roma, the darling of TikTok fragrance lists and hot guy starter kits. Everyone says it's sexy. Everyone says it's a compliment magnet. But here's the truth, it's decent, not groundbreaking. And the performance is weak for what you're paying. It smells like a light blend of spices, vanilla, and mineral woods. Good, yes, but nowhere near the panty dropper legend it's made out to be online. And in the clone world, that DNA has been cracked wide open. There are cheaper fragrances that hit the same vibe and actually stick around longer. What it smells like: soft violet leaves, light woodiness, a bit of salty spice, and sweet vanilla. A modern woody amber fragrance that plays it safe. Better clone. Fragrance world, Suave Intense. Why Suave Intense stands out. Suave Intense is what Born in Roma should have been. It's deeper, richer, and more assertive. You get that same modern woody sweetness, but with added spice, stronger projection, and an edge that makes it feel more confident. It's not a one-to-one dupe, but a supercharged evolution. It keeps the vibe of Born in Roma, but gives it some backbone. Honestly, most people will never know the difference, but you'll smell more distinct and spend way less. Performance 7 to 9 hours easily on skin, with 2+ hours of projection. One of those clones that punches well above its price. When to wear, evening casual, parties, dates, and cool weather. It's versatile, but I'd avoid it in extreme heat. It can get a bit thick when over-applied. Pro tip, try layering it with a light woody deodorant or body spray to enhance the masculine dry down. And if you're storing it, keep the bottle upright. The oils in budget fragrances sometimes settle oddly if left sideways too long. Alright, let's pause real quick. What's a designer fragrance you bought off the hype and instantly felt the regret? Was it Eros Sauvage? Something niche that let you down? Drop your overhyped regrets in the comments and tell me if you found a clone that replaced it. I'm always hunting for new sleepers, and who knows? Your pick might end up in the next breakdown. Czwarty Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Why it's overhyped? Tom Ford. The name itself is luxury. The bottle? Gorgeous. The scent? Spicy, creamy, warm, seductive even. But here's the reality. For something that'll set you back $180 plus, it performs like a $50 scent. Don't get me wrong, Noir Extreme is beautiful in the air. It's got this cozy, almost edible vibe. Cardamom, nutmeg, amber, a sweet kulfi note. It smells like spiced dessert at a 5-star dinner. But on skin, it's inconsistent. Some people get 4 to 6 hours max, some even less. And for that price point, that's unacceptable in 2025. Worse yet, it's become one of those scents where the idea of it is stronger than the experience. It smells great in store, but in real-life use, you're reapplying halfway through the night. What it smells like? Cardamom and citrus on top. Then it dives into spicy vanilla, amber, tonka, and that unique kulfi accord, like sweet Indian dessert with an upscale twist. Elegant, creamy, warm. But the performance doesn't justify the hype or price. Better cloned. Afnan Historic Olmedo. Why Olmedo deserves a spotlight? Afnan did something smart here. They didn't just clone Noir Extreme, they refined it. Historic Olmedo captures that same creamy, spicy, dessert-like DNA, but it lasts longer, projects more, and costs a third of the price. You still get the sexy, luxurious vibe, but now it actually lingers past dessert. It's smoother on the transition from sweet to spicy, and that cardamom-vanilla combo? Still very much intact. Performance 8 to 10 hours on skin, 2 hours strong projection, then a cozy scent bubble that people notice when they lean in. On clothes? You're smelling this the next day. When to wear? Perfect for colder weather, fall, winter, or nighttime. This is the scent equivalent of wearing a velvet blazer with confidence. Pro tip. This one layers beautifully with a touch of a smoky or incense-based fragrance. If you want to elevate it even further, try a single spray of something like Latifa Ragba Wood Intense behind your neck. Adds depth without overpowering. Sunk. Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Baccarat Rouge, Sunk Sont Quarante. Why it's overhyped? Baccarat. Rouge 540 used to be the ultimate if you know scent. Sweet, airy, mysterious. It was expensive, but it smelled like luxury in its own universe. Fast forward a few years, it's everywhere. Clothing lines are making body sprays that mimic it. Every influencer has it. Every middle shelf clone house has done it. Some 3 or 4 times. It's reached peak oversaturation, and while it still smells good, it's not remotely unique anymore. The price keeps climbing, $300 plus, but the effect it once had? That mystique is gone. What it smells like? A mix of saffron, sugary amber, and light cedarwood. A radiant sweetness, slightly metallic, very linear. It smells mostly the same from start to finish. Projects well, but that airy DNA also makes it feel ethereal and hard to pin down. Beautiful, yes, but for the cost? There are clones that smell nearly identical for 10% of the price. Better clone. Al Haramain Amber Oud Rouge. Why Amber Oud Rouge is a monster? Let's be clear, this is one of the best BR540 clones ever made. The opening, nearly indistinguishable. That saffron pop cotton candy sweetness is right there. As it dries down, you get that signature amber cedar combo that BR540 is known for. Honestly, most people can't tell the difference in the air. It's light, airy, but also projects like crazy on the right skin. You walk past someone with this on and they will turn their head, and that's without the $300 plus price tag. Performance, solid 7 to 9 hours with a strong 3-hour scent trail. Projects better on clothes than skin and way better in cooler temperatures. When to wear? All season, all occasion. Just don't wear it where 3 other people are rocking BR540. You'll all cancel each other out. Pro tip. This layers beautifully with musk-based scents. If you want to put your own spin on the DNA, try pairing it with a soft, clean musk fragrance or even a light woody oud scent underneath. Adds richness, depth, and distance from the basic clones everyone's wearing. Let's take a second. Are you someone who bought Baccarat Rouge? and later found a clone that made you question your entire purchase? Or maybe you blind bought it based on hype and found it too sweet, too linear, or just meh? Drop it in the comments. I want to know your BR 540 experience. Did it live up to the hype, or did a $40 bottle blow it out of the water? Also, if you've got your own killer dupe for any of these scents, share it. I'm always on the lookout for budget beasts that haven't hit the mainstream yet. Let's talk real quick about why these clones work so well. Most of the time, it's not the ingredients that separate a $300 fragrance from a $40 one. It's marketing budgets, celebrity endorsements, and glass design. Clone houses like Afnan, Al Haramain, Fragrance World, they're not just guessing. They reverse engineer the formulas using gas chromatography, then optimize for strength and longevity, cutting out the fluff. That's why sometimes the clone doesn't just smell close, it actually performs better. The trick is knowing which clone houses consistently deliver. And I'll be honest, Afnan, Latifa, Paris Corner, and Al Haramain are four you can almost never go wrong with if you know what to look for. Now before we wrap, let me hit you with a few rapid-fire picks. These are fragrances that didn't make the top 5 list but are still way more hype than substance. And the clones? Criminally underrated. Dior Sauvage EDT/EDP/Elixir. Why it's overhyped? It's the default masculine fragrance in every guy's drawer. Sauvage DNA is undeniably good. Fresh, spicy, ambroxan heavy, but everyone smells like it. It's not a signature anymore, it's a uniform. Clone to grab? Versace Hawas for him. If you want the same bright, aquatic vibe with added fruitiness and better uniqueness, Hawas is the move. It's a compliment monster. Lasts long, and doesn't scream, "I sprayed Sauvage" like a cologne commercial. Creed Aventus. Why it's overhyped? Let's be honest. The batch variation drama, the price creep, and the clones outperforming it. Aventus is past its prime. You're paying niche prices for a scent that's been duplicated to death. Clone to grab, Armaf Club de Nuit, Intense Man EDT. Still the most famous clone, and still the one that's closest in the air. Just let that opening settle down, and you've got Aventus for $30. YSLYEDP. Why it's overhyped? It smells great, but it's so safe. You know what I mean? It's like the fragrance equivalent of a clean haircut. Solid, but predictable. Everyone has it. Clone to grab, Latifa Asad. This one adds some spice, some wood, and a darker base that actually smells more interesting than YEDP. Think of it like Y's mysterious older brother. Still wearable, but with more edge. Alright, here's what we learned. Versace Eros is loud and synthetic. Afnan 9 PM gives you a more mature, balanced sweetness. Acqua di Gio Profumo has lost its performance edge. Armaf Legacy brings back the incense fresh balance for less. Valentino Uomo. Born in Roma is sexy but overpriced. Fragrance World. Suave Intense brings the same vibe with stronger presence. Ford Noir. Extreme smells amazing but fades too fast. Afnan Historic Olmedo nails the DNA and lasts all night. Baccarat Rouge 540 is no longer rare or worth $300. Al Haramain. Amber Oud Rouge gives you 95% of the experience at 1/10 the price. Every single one of these clones is linked below from Amazon, easy to find, tested personally, and battle ready for your collection. Let me leave you with some real tips. These will take your clone game to the next level. 1. Know your skin type. Oily skin holds fragrance better than dry skin. If your skin is on the dry side, moisturize with an unscented lotion before spraying. It creates a base that locks in the scent. 2. Spray on fabric, when safe. Clones, especially from houses like Latifa and Afnan, tend to cling better to cotton or polyester than to skin alone. 1 or 2 extra sprays on your hoodie or shirt collar can extend longevity by hours. 3. Go light in the heat. Clones often use heavier oils or denser compositions. What smells warm and cozy in winter might become a cloying mess in 38 degrees Celsius heat. Dial it back in summer or apply to lower pulse points like the back of the knees. 4. Store them right. Keep your bottles away from sunlight and heat. A cool, dark cabinet will protect the oils and keep the top notes sharp. Trust me, a $30 clone stored right will outperform a $200 niche scent that's been cooked on a windowsill. 5. Layer smarter, not harder. Don't just stack clones on clones. Try layering a budget woody scent with a fresher top note frag. Example, Afnan 9 PM with a clean citrus body spray equals nighttime beast with a fresh edge. 6. Sample before you blind buy when you can. Not all clones are equal. Some miss the mark, some are great but not your style. If you're unsure, check for decants or split groups online before committing. Let's keep the conversation going. What's your smells expensive but costs nothing signature scent? That $20 or $30 bottle that's secretly your go-to for dates, compliments, or just feeling like a boss? Drop it in the comments. I want to build a full-on cheat code list from the community, and if you've got a layering combo that hits harder than the original, put us on. This is clone culture. We don't gatekeep. And that's the beauty of it. These scents, they punch way above their weight class. You're getting rich, complex, compliment-pulling fragrance profiles for the price of a takeout meal. No guesswork, no overhyped branding, just straight-up value. If you want to smell like you belong in a private club but only paid drugstore money to get there, I've got you covered. Everything I mentioned is linked down in the description. All on Amazon, easy to grab, no hunting, no overpriced markups, just the smartest way to build a killer fragrance lineup without torching your wallet. And here's the thing, if you're just getting into the scent game, these are the moves that set you apart. You don't need $300 bottles to stand out. You just need the right clones, the right layering tricks, and a little bit of insider info. That's what this channel is about. So whether you're starting fresh or stacking bottles, scroll down, check those links, and grab yourself a scent or two. Smell like a gentleman without spending like one. Your rotation just leveled up.